Hey everyone, I'm here with Sarah Tatarski, the co-founder of the Mindful Tech Club. You can see why she's here in Noble HQ. So Sarah, what are the most common issues people have with their phones?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to feeling uncomfortable and with emotions and situations and finding it as a way to distract and dissociate from the situation. So if you're alone at a party, for example, oh, I'm by myself now. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, let me just go on my phone because you're standing awkwardly in the corner. And I feel like I've been telling people that.
What if you're in line for sandwiches? No, I mean, so what I think is like our phones kind of fill all of like the spaces.
Yeah.
And the party thing is real. Like a lot of people in parties, but because it keeps you from feeling awkward.
Right, exactly.
But then also it fills all of these bits of time that used to be occupied with something called thinking or being bored or reflecting, or maybe this is a far out idea, but maybe saying hello to the person next to you.
Yeah, not making eye contact with people and not acknowledging people is definitely a big thing with technology because you can just go on your phone and not talk to people.
You know, my kids struggle with that. They we kind of push them to make eye contact and shake hands, and they didn't seem to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So how does the Mindful Tech Club work? You guys help us detox from these guys?
Yeah, so right now we're doing multiple things. So we're doing 6-week cohort-based programming, where over the 6 weeks we'll help people to...
Like a buddy system?
Well, it's going to be around 10 to 15 people per cohort. And we do a lot of educational and deep inner work over the course of 6 weeks. It's 90-minute sessions, and then throughout the week we have office hours where they can meet with Fernando, my co-founder, and I to deepen their practices and learn more and explore the relationship with why I'm on social media, why I'm using technology. And
does this mean that because you're a guru, does this mean that you have an excellent relationship with your phone?
I am in a really, really, really relationship with technology.
Wow, incredible! Well, that makes one of us, Sarah, because
Yeah.
I'm certainly not the most mindful, as my wife would remind me.
Well, as entrepreneurs too, we do have unique challenges.
It's true.
We do have, I totally acknowledge that there's times where it'll be late and I might check my email. I'm not perfect, I admit that, but when I feel like I'm going out of balance, I do seek other support. I'll ask my roommates and say, hey, I'm just gonna check in my laptop with you at 9 p.m. Just make sure that I get off with it because, yeah, the buddy system. So accountability is really key in my life as well. When I feel myself starting to slip back, but instead of in the past where I might have been mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, at least I am spending time more on my laptop, but I'm building my business.
You know, your laptop is better than your phone. It's true. It's true. It's like when I sense my phone eating my brain, I'm like, I'm gonna switch to my laptop, and then my laptop, it's it's healthier, at least healthier feeling. So if you have like a few, and I know it's hard to just distill it all into a few tips, but if you have like a few principles, behaviors, tips for people to be more mindful about their relationship with this guy, like do you have like a few? It's like, okay, like my number one, I'm gonna take this from you, I have no idea if this is one of yours, is don't sleep with your phone.
Yeah, definitely.
That mean let's trade. I'm gonna start. Number one, don't sleep with your phone, and then what else might you say?
Yeah, so one huge rule for me is to not go on technology for the first hour and a half to 2 hours.
I heard that, and I'm so bad about that. Arthur Brooks said the same thing. So what is the thinking behind not checking your phone when you first wake up?
Yeah, so it's the same thing with caffeine where they recommend to not drink it for the first hour or two of waking up because as you start to wake up naturally, it takes time. It takes about an hour for your body and mind to wake up, and I don't know the exact hormone, but the sleep hormone that is built up in your mind, it slowly starts to come down as you wake up in the morning. And whenever you drink caffeine or you go in tech, it disrupts that pattern, the natural way of waking up. Yeah.
Wow. So in other words, if you go on your phone when you first wake up, you're less likely to feel well rested throughout the day because you haven't had a real waking up, like kind of easing in period.
It does disrupt your sleep cycle for sure. And also you're flooding in dopamine and stress very quickly, right?
I actually believe these things because I do check my phone when I first wake up, and there are days when I don't feel as rejuvenated So what do you do with that hour? That,
Yeah, so it's taking me time to refine my morning routine. I'll wake up, I drink water, I always do an ab workout or I do a jaw stretch because a lot of tension comes here. We hold back a lot of emotions in our jaw. So every other day I'll do my ab workout, I'll do my jaw stretch, I'll
So it's
do some
exercise.
chores. Yeah, I'll get ready for the day, I'll make breakfast, make coffee, and then by the time
you're
I'm
done
done,
with that,
it's an
then-
hour and a half to 2 hours. Or I'll go play with my cat, I'll water my plants. I always just, because when I was working full time and now as an entrepreneur, the only time I really have to myself is the morning. And that is a sacred time. That's my sacred space where it's just Sarah's time. I wake up in the morning and then once I start working, it's out of my hands, right? I'm getting
A little
emails,
bit,
I'm
yeah.
getting messages.
Yeah, as soon as you
my
get on,
co-founder's
you're
calling
pretty
me,
much on.
right? So it's all these things where it gives me a sense of control and it allows me to remember like I'm important.
Wow, it's beautiful. You've now pushed me to get more real about not logging on when I first wake up because I know it's a bad habit. But, you know, I think of myself as like, oh, I'm very available, on top of things. Who knows what happened overnight? You know, like I'm running a business, blah, blah, blah. But that, you know, it still might not be wise on multiple fronts. And the truth is, like, it's not like the cell towers came down. And if they did come down last night, I couldn't do anything about it anyway.
Right. You have no control over that. You have no control over that for sure.
Well, shoot. So aside from this morning separation from technology, which seems like would benefit 99.9999% of us, what else might you impart to someone who's trying to figure out their relationship with
Yeah.
their phone?
I think it's finding those little pockets where you go on your phone and start switching away from that, breathing in that moment, looking around in your environment. I sometimes find myself, you're talking about like the little pockets of time.
The waiting in line for the sandwich.
Yeah, having also things to do that are not with the phone, right? So I usually carry a notebook around. Oh, I'm gonna write some poetry, I'm gonna journal, I have a
Brings
book.
up poetry side now.
It's true, I did it yesterday on the subway.
I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting that, you know, it's ambitious, it's artistic in a way that. But having a substitute activity makes sense.
art.
Yeah,
I
something
mean-
that's, because a lot of times my brain's
Brain's
buzzing with ideas.
ideas.
And so I might put it in my phone and then it becomes, I'm on the internet searching for things and it becomes, okay, I'm just gonna write it down in a notebook and if it's really important, I'll go back to it.
Having a little notebook does seem very elevating. I like that a lot. Wow, little notebooks.
Yeah.
Do you have
It's so
little?
fun.
Yeah, little notebooks would be a win. So I tend to operate in threes. So don't log on immediately. Have something else that maybe you can do with those bits of time. Do you have a third lesson for us? I'm learning a lot. It's great.
Yeah. I encourage people to call again more. That's another way to get off the phone, right? And be in.
When you
and
say call, you
go for
mean
a
call
walk.
them on the phone.
Yeah, call them on the phone. I mean, FaceTime is okay, but again, that's kind of adding to the screen time. So a lot of times I will just call friends and then go for like a really long walk, which allows me to connect with my city and myself, while also connecting with people on the phone.
You know, I do call people.
Yeah.
Like I call my mom, I call my brother-in-law. My wife, I don't really call just to talk because I'm going to see her and talk to her all the time.
Right. You'll see her soon.
I'll see her soon, right? Be a little bit. When we do call, and it's not the greatest, but when you do call, it tends to be trying to plan something logistically or whatever. It's like, hey, you know, do you, like, I'm going to be held up with this, do you need me to do that? That's what kind of spousal communications. But the calling someone, walking around while talking to them, like I do that with various folks.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like, I mean, a phone call is a connection. I definitely feel more connected to like my mom after I talk to her and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Call your mom.
Call your mom, call your
Good
friends.
for life, mental health, and it sounds like that's an acceptable use of technology.
Absolutely. I'm not. Some people think that when I talk about my tech club, I've talked about technology in the past. They think I'm saying let's throw it away. In some ways, maybe, but it's more about quality. right? The quality of your time on the phone. So you might be on your phone 4 hours scrolling through Instagram, or you might be on the phone 4 hours on FaceTime with your best friend. Those are very, very different ways to approach technology. And for me, screen time is an important indicator for me, but it also is more about the quality of time as well. So again, the switching of, okay, I'm doing 5 minutes of scrolling or 5 minutes of sending a audio message to my best friend saying, I love you, I appreciate you, I hope you have a great birthday.
What do you think of devices like the light phone or friends at Dumb Wireless where they have non-smartphones? Like, have you tinkered with those? Have you used some of those devices?
Not yet. I am interested in them, but I've gotten to a point, especially I was a big social media addict for over 8 years, and I've gotten really...
Is that official? Is that official? Were you dying?
No, I actually don't. I actually, you know what's interesting?
I said it loud. I'm sure it's real.
Yeah, I wrote a paper in 2020 for my abnormal psychology class where it was focused on, talk about something related to psychology, and I wrote about the Mindful Tech Club. At the time, we called it Mindful Tech Group, and I did research on it and figured out that this was before COVID. It was literally like March 2020.
Wow.
And there was not a lot of official diagnoses of internet addiction, or particularly social media addiction and cell phone addiction at the time in our National Institute of Health dictionary. And I was really shocked by that. I'm sure it's there now.
I'm sure it's there now.
But it was, oh my gosh, this is astonishing. How is this not acknowledged? But social media is still so recent. The same thing with smartphones. But I'm interested in doing the light phone or dumb phone at some point. But it's really important for me to have the phone. I do have my brother who's in Vietnam, and we have an iMessage group chat with my family, and I also communicate with the family I'm nanny for. They also have iPhones, so we have a little group chat. So it's hard to get off of the smartphones for me at this time.
You'd be a fun ambassador for a light phone. Maybe we'll get you one, and then you can just have it. I mean, you could have a second device, which some people do.
Yeah, I would be interested in that.
But I think you'd be a fascinating test case. Well, this is Sarah Tatarski, Mindful Tech Club. You can check her out. What are your socials?
So we're at the Mindful Tech Club on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. So that's our name, the Mindful Tech Club.
Well, I certainly hope your club grows and grows.
Thank you.
It's a relationship now. Unfortunately, our most important relationship might be with our phone. It should be a good, healthy one and not an unhealthy, addictive one.
Yeah, it is possible, and I see that because I've worked through it. And
see, look at this. This is the after shots. That's very well balanced.
Yes.
Unlike the rest of us.
Get off your phones.